Home to a population of 30,000 students and faculty, the UMass Amherst campus holds only 12,000 parking spaces. Many issues arise for those who trek their car around campus. One is pricing.
I do think that they should consider making the parking less expensive because, that's a huge factor. And some students would like to have a car, but parking is just too much for them.
I believe I paid probably a little too much. I mean, I know parking is expensive. It was $300, so I'd say probably like $150, cut that in half is probably a better price.
I think being just refined to this parking lot, I think it's a little much. I think if you're going to pay that much, you should be able to park anywhere on campus that you want to.
I'm not sure because it depends on, I guess, supply and demand, how many students want to park here versus how many parkings they have. I guess they have to charge a price.
I understand why they do it because it does limit the amount of people that bring their cars and parking is limited. So I get it, but it would be better if it was more reasonable since we do pay so much for school.
They are too expensive, I can tell you that. The reason I got passed in lot 12 was because it was the cheapest. I think it was about $240. It was like 100 less than the ones you would get for these parking lots here. But yeah, definitely overpriced.
I mean, if there is a way to make it closer, and then I understand having different maybe prices if you want to be right across from your door and pay a little more, and then maybe a little less for a lot like 22 or 11.
We pay for everything in this country and in several ways, and that, like I said, that's a bigger problem. So no, generally I don't, but it's not, we shouldn't just eliminate one aspect of this problem, like, okay, free parking for everybody for now. That's part of free education.
I think it's pretty in line. It's a good chunk of change. I won't deny that. We all pay it too as employees. So when you get a new employee, they're like, "What? I have to pay to park at my own workplace?" And do I personally wish I had to pay for parking? No, I don't want to pay for it either. But it's just the reality of it. Unless we had state money.
The limitation of available parking spaces in the campus's most central areas is also a problem.
Probably spots near like major buildings like the library and the rec center, and like you can't really park at the rec center unless you want to get ticketed.
Yeah, towards the gym and the textbook annex, yeah, I think there's a lack of parking over there.
Yeah, especially the gym. The gym definitely a lack of parking right there because it's crazy. It's always hectic to go there. Oh, and definitely the library. There's no parking. Where can I park at if I want to go to the library? I don't think there's anywhere I can go. So I never drive my car to the library.
That's the problem, is because there's not enough parking on campus, you're limited by that and you can't do that because you'll waste too much time trying to find parking.
When the rec center was built, that completely changed the demand. Like, that area of campus never had any demand for parking besides the librarians, and then the rec center's built, and now all the students are always going in that pay station lot or even the employee lot. I still think that part of campus could use some more parking. The pay station lot up near the rec center is tricky because you got to also, it's not easy to get all the way in there, so you go all the way in, and then if there's no space, then you got to go all the way out too. Yeah. So it's kind of cumbersome getting up there.
Inconvenient access to parking lots is one of the largest issues. The often far proximity from a lot to a destination is troublesome for many.
A lot of the feedback we get is, well, there's no parking close to this building. That's true, we're a big campus, you can't get parking up to every single building on campus. And
I think there's not enough parking in places there needs to be parking. Like, they have a lot of parking in way back lots where people have to walk really far.
I think that there are two little spots where it's convenient for students. I think that we do have parking, and it's nice to have parking, but it's also annoying to having to walk like 15 minutes to get to your car.
I'm in lot 22 and I complain about that, but my friends are in lot 11, which is even further, and that's crazy that they have to walk all the way there from their building.
When you're dealing with Massachusetts winter, it's pretty reasonable not to want to walk for 10 minutes in the crappy weather that we've had for the past 4 months. So I wouldn't be quick to judge people who would like to have their car parked closer to their workplace or living place than 10 minutes away.
All of these issues leave a lingering question. Any solutions?
Adding more spots in buildings like the library or like around those areas where there's a lot more people coming around.
definitely try and create more parking on campus. They should take, active initiative into doing that. But otherwise, I think they're doing an okay job.
There's no areas really within campus that they can make more parking lots, but I think maybe they could make a couple more kind of surrounding the campus, like lot 22 and these lots like along here.
You cannot keep up with the cars in terms of parking spots. You just can't. There's not enough land available, and there's not enough money available to build those underground garages. I mean, it can be done, but at some point it's like building a subway under the campus, and it's just not particularly feasible.
In terms of funding a garage or something, it's going to have to happen. I think it'll happen after this kind of building boom slows down and we see where the needs are.